So let's continue the coding to consume the template based message URL. So our URL is ready now. So what we'll do, we'll build a request now. So our ls underscore request, the first is the messaging product. The messaging product is a fixed value which will pass as it is from the payload. It is WhatsApp. Okay. The second field is mobile number on which we want to send the message. So that is 2, and this will get in the input. So that is IP underscore mobile. The next is, I guess, type, request type. I think I missed the type here. Let me check because we required one type there. Yes, I forgot the type here. So let me add here type. Type of type is string. Okay, because here message to and type this I forgot. So I added that type, and then last is template. Okay, so here in the type we have to pass as template, and then last, and the request template, then under template the name, template name which will get as an input, that is IP underscore template. Okay, and then IV underscore ls underscore request, again template, and then in the template there is a language code. There is a language, under language there is a code. The same way we have to build completely. Okay, in the same way we have to build this completely, language code, DB structure. Okay, so WhatsApp mobile number template IP and 2. Okay, now based on this request we'll generate a payload. We'll generate the JSON payload. Okay, so LV underscore JSON payload equals to, there's one class slash UI2 slash CL underscore JSON. Okay, serial underscore JSON serialize, and we'll call the method here. This is the method. Sorry, serial underscore JSON, serial underscore JSON, and the method is serialize. Okay, and for this method will pass input data. Okay, so where we have our input data, so our input data here is ls underscore request, ls underscore request. Okay, this will be input for our, and here we pass compress equal to abap true, abap true, and in the pretty name, what we can do, we can use the same class method, pretty mode, hyphen camel case. Okay, check save check, and activate. Okay, so what we'll get, based on this type structure we'll get a JSON body here. Now we need to do some modification here. I will explain why. Let me set a breakpoint here. See, once we use the camel case, actually once we use the camel case, okay, we'll not get the underscore, but here for the messaging underscore product we require that underscore sign. Okay, so let me show you this method testing first. If I activate this method, why for mobile it is showing a structure, I did something wrong here. It is okay, because it is like, okay, string I took, that's why. So here it is simply this is the number, and template hello underscore world. Okay, it's case sensitive. We have to pass a small letter here. So if you see here, our JSON payload, here we can't see, that underscore. Okay, here we can't see that underscore. So what we'll do, we'll replace this. We replace this message in the payload. Okay, we replace that to get exact payload. Okay, so replace all occurrences of message product in ls underscore in lv underscore JSON payload with messaging underscore product. Okay, so that our URL will match with the same text. Okay, so our JSON is ready now. Our JSON is ready now. So once this JSON is ready, we can go to send the to post the request. Okay, so for that we'll call the method cl underscore http underscore client cl underscore http underscore client, which method you want to call create by URL. Cl underscore http underscore client create by URL. Okay, and in this create by URL, always first open the exceptions to avoid the runtime error. Then in the URL, pass our URL which we have built, lv underscore URL. Okay, and in the client, in the importing, uncomment this, and here the object which we have created, hello underscore http client. Save, check, and activate. Okay, so now after this we have to set the header field. So two header fields we have to set, right? First is the token, and second that application slash JSON. So two header field we have to set there. Okay, so now we'll set the header fields for our okay. So here set headers, So hello underscore http client. Okay, it is G, so I will replace this that with the H. It is not G. Okay, so it is http client. So hello underscore like http client, and then you have to call one method request, and this request we can set underscore header field. Okay, set underscore header field, and we can pass the name and the value. So what is the name? The first value is the authorization. Authorization. Okay, for the set value authorization, our value will pass here by concatenating error and or value of the token. So lv underscore token. So this is the first value. we have to pass here. Okay, this is the first value we have to pass here. LV underscore barrier token. Let me check if this is working. Save, check, and activate. Okay, so in the value we pass the token. Now second we have to pass the content type equal to application slash JSON. The first value is authorization barrier token. I will copy this. Second is the application content type. My second field is content type. So write here content hyphen type equal to application slash JSON. Application slash JSON. Okay. So our content type is set. Okay, I have to check this. This is not coming as a variable. Okay, so first I will take in a separate variable and then I will set the value for that. Okay, so I will check that later. So this is done. So our header values are done. Now we can, after the header value is done, set the request method as post and the CData body as a JSON. Okay, so once the header values are done, then hello underscore again HTTP request, then again request, then set underscore method. So which method we are using? Post method, right? In our postman we have seen we are using the post method. Okay, and now we have to set the body. HTTP client, again request, this time set underscore CData, set underscore CData. Okay, and in CData we'll set the JSON body which we created, the JSON payload. Save, check, and activate. Okay, so that is also done. Now once we set the header parameter, method, and the body, then call method to send the data. Hello underscore HTTP underscore client, and the method name is send. Okay, here in this send, always open the exceptions, always open the exceptions, no need to pass any other thing. Okay, in case of it is failed, in case it is failed, you can write some message here, failed to send request. In case it is failed, like write failed to send request. Okay, if it is failed. Now once it is sent successfully, now we have to receive the response. For response, again call method of the same hello underscore HTTPS client, and there is one method called receive to get the response. To get the response, one method is receive. HTTP client, one method receive. Okay, so while receiving, okay, this will give us the response. So again here, in case the response is fail, if you're not getting any response, if you're not getting the received message, okay, so again here we'll write failed receive response. Fine, fine. Okay, and now once it is success, and we can write here return at the board plus. See, first time it will take time, but second time we can use the same concept as it is, same code copy paste, just change the body. Now lv underscore response. So what is our response here? I declare one variable, right? One local variable I declare for response, lv underscore response. In this we'll get a response, okay, and then we'll divide, split that to get the actual message ID. So lv underscore response equal to hello underscore http client response get c data, response get c data. Okay, save, check, and activate. Okay, so let me show all this is what we done to send template message. Okay, code is very small, just take time to type completely. So first we did the data declaration. Okay, and based on the JSON body which we have to pass, we define this request. This is the important first part. Okay, define your structure. Then we call the method to get the variables version, phone ID, and token. Then we build our URL by passing the version and phone ID. Then we build our payload request first. Okay, DP structure. Then we converted that JSON payload normal request to the JSON payload. In this field, we'll get the JSON payload. This I written because I want in JSON body the field like this, messaging underscore product, because I use the camel case, so we'll get value like this. So for that I use this. Then I'm creating like create HTTP client by URL. Then setting the header fields. Okay, setting the header field second, content type, then post method, set the payload, send the request, call for the response. Fine. So our coding is done. So in next lecture we'll do the testing. Thank you.